Oh, hi, therapist friends. Speaking of having really solid practice management as a form of burnout prevention, I just made a video about that. My maybe number one tip for this is to implement the 50-minute session. I've talked about it before, but please listen. What the 50-minute rule is communicating to your clients that therapy happens for 50 minutes, okay? But Camber, we need to get to 53 minutes in order to bill a 90837 for insurance. I know, I'm aware, but what we do is we stop therapy at that 50-minute mark, right? We switch over into our housekeeping activities that take the next 3 to 5 minutes. And so housekeeping activities are things like making sure our next appointment is scheduled, making sure we, handle if there's any copays, any we need to sign a treatment plan, update any insurance shit, just all of the practical stuff. There's an actual space at the end of session every single time to handle that, okay? Not only is that just a very good container for a session, it has now given you 5 to 7 minutes in between every single session. And let me tell you, 5 to 7 minutes in between sessions when you're back to back to back to back to back all day is actually fucking life-changing, okay? Because to me, one of the biggest reasons people burn out in this field is because they have really poor practice management, like I said, and a huge part of that is constantly running sessions over, being late to the next session, always just feeling like you can never catch up, you're always behind, and therefore you haven't eaten all day, you haven't drank any water, you haven't gone to the bathroom, your notes aren't done, all of that kind of stuff. And so for me, like I said, I wrap my session up at the 50, we do our housekeeping activities, we're usually done around the 53, I go to the bathroom, I fill up my water bottle, I write my note in between session every single time, okay? And so at the end of the day, I can just leave. I have literally nothing else I have to take care of most of the time, right? Sometimes there's weird one-off shit, but most of the time I can just leave, I'm done, I can close my computer, and I don't have to think about work, I don't have to think about the notes piling up, it's just done. And I know I don't see that many clients anymore, but I saw 28 clients a week for years while also holding a clinic director position. And I think this is the only reason why I was sane throughout that time. And I'm bringing it up again now because the new year is just such a natural reset that it'll be much easier to implement this new boundary with your clients now in the new year when people are already expecting kind of resets than, trying to implement it halfway through the year when you're dying and burnt out and literally can't figure out how to move forward. So your 2026 goal for me, implement the 50-minute session. You will thank me later, I promise. Bye.